Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing Matchday 2 of the Champions League fixtures. Yeah, we're going to be having a chat about the fixtures and how I thought the teams did in Matchday 2. Let's get into it, guys. Right then guys, here we go. So we started with Pilsen taking on Inter Milan in Group C. As you can see here, Inter Milan got a fairly routine win. I did think it was going to be a comfortable game for Milan. It was Dzeko and Dumfries with the goals. Dzeko got an assist as well for Dumfries. So it's nice to see Edin Dzeko as a City fan still playing at the high level. How old is he now? Let me have a look. 36 years old now, and he's still doing it in the Champions League. So yeah, it's really nice from a City fan point of perspective to see Dzeko doing it in the Champions League. Yeah, this game went as I thought it would really. You can see from the stats here, 70% ball possession for Inter. They're always going to do that against a team like Pilsen. They had a vast amount more chances, and it's just how you expected it to go really in a game like that. They came out 2-0 winners. Pilsen also had a man sent off, so yeah, not a lot they could do, and they just weren't good enough on the night. But yeah, strong win for Inter. They'll take that on the road. Going into the rest of their group games, they'll be pleased with that. The next game then, a 5:45 kickoff. We've seen Sporting take on Spurs, and this game was goalless after 89 minutes. So I think Spurs are going into that. I think we're going to get a disappointing draw here. It's not really what we wanted from this game. But yeah, Sporting, as you can see, by the scoreline, they grabbed 2 goals, and yeah, it's a real shock. We'll open it up just because it's the English team. If it'll open. Yeah, we'll go on the stats there. So as you can see, Spurs, they had a strong team out. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, they had a strong side out really. If we get the... Yeah, these are game stats. Fairly even really. As you see, both Sporting had more of the ball. Yeah, they created the same amount of chances as Spurs. So fairly even game, like I say. And I think Spurs probably would have took 0-0. Although it was probably a disappointing result going there and getting a draw. I think that the way the game panned out, they probably would have took it. Spurs did have a good team out as well. Kane, Richarlison and Son all featured in this one. Yeah, it was a strong team that they put out, but wasn't good enough to get the result. And Sporting got a pretty comfortable win, well, in the end, after Paulinho and Arthur Gomez, you can see there, got the late goals. And yeah, real headache that for Conte. He wanted to get a good result and, been in a good standpoint really for the rest of the group, but yeah, shock result for me. Probably the shock of the week, maybe. But yeah, good result for Sporting. Bit of a nightmare for Spurs. Moving on to the next game, and what was probably the game of... Well, it was probably the biggest sort of fixture on the eye, should we say. Actually, we'll do it in this order. We'll get round to it. So we had Liverpool and they took on Ajax. This game was a real cagey one, and Liverpool just didn't look at the races again. They were a little bit better. They did create a lot of chances, don't get me wrong, but they're just struggling to put them away. I don't know what's going on. But they did set the lead through Mohamed Salah. It was a really good goal. And then Kudus, an even better goal to be fair. He worked his way lovely into the box, and an absolute rip snorter of a shot. Just under the crossbar and in. The keeper had absolutely no chance, and it was a brilliant goal for Ajax. And yeah, it was 1-1 at half time, and they were just really getting frustrated. Liverpool couldn't get that goal. But as you can see, in the 89th minute, it was Matip from a corner got the goal in the 89th minute, and it's probably a massive relief for Liverpool. They've not been playing great this season. I'm not too sure what's going on. I know they've had their injury troubles and stuff, but for me, there's just a bit of fluidity missing there. They are struggling without Mane, I think. I know you could say like Diaz and Salah, they'll replace him, but they need that third man, and Jota's only just coming back from injury, and Nunes hasn't really done it so far. He might come good, I think he will eventually. But yeah, they're struggling a bit, Liverpool, and I'm not too sure what's going on there, but they need to start turning it around or they're going to struggle. But a good win that in the end for them against a decent Ajax team. They'll be pleased with the win, of course, and yeah, they'll be hoping to build on that in the Premier League and the Champions League. Next up then, a result I really didn't see coming. Group B, I thought Porto would beat Bruges quite comfortably, and as you can see here, that wasn't the case. Absolutely hammered them. yeah, a result I didn't see coming, to be fair. I thought Porto would have had far too much for Club Brugge. They took the lead through a penalty through Jutgla. I can't pronounce these names, I do apologise. And then, yeah, they looked stronger from there on in. 3 more goals in the second half. Strong performance from Bruges. Lots of fairly even games on the stats. Quite similar amount of chances created and stuff. But yeah, Bruges more clinical really, and Porto, they'll be devastated after that result. They really need to. I think they did lose the first game as well. Let me just check that. They did. They lost the first game, of course, to Atletico. So yeah, 2 games and 2 defeats for Porto. They'll be looking to build on that, and Bruges, they'll be really pleased. You know, I think they won their first game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they did. They beat Leverkusen in the first game, so 6 from a possible 6 for Bruges, and yeah, that's probably the biggest shock I've seen so far in the Champions League. Them getting 6 from 6, if I'm honest. Next up, then, another Group B game. Leverkusen took on Atletico Madrid, and they were just too good for them. Atletico, like I say, they tend to set up quite defensively minded going into games at the moment. I'm not too sure what's going on there. But yeah, they did the same a bit here. Didn't really create a great deal. They had more of the ball, but they just didn't do a great deal with it. They looked like they were sort of trying to pinch a 1-0 or something like that. And Leverkusen were just really clinical in the second half. It was too late on. Got both the goals. Frimpong set both up for Andrich and Moussa Diaby. He's a really good player. I think he'll be coming to the Premier League or somewhere like that. It's quite soon, to be fair. Another quick note on this. Callum Hudson-Odoi started for Leverkusen. I think that's one of his first games he started since he's gone there on loan. Nice to see him getting a good run in the Champions League and the Bundesliga, of course. But yeah, he had a pretty good game by all accounts. So yeah, I've got a really good performance that for Leverkusen. After last week, I think they lost to Bruges, I believe it was it? Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, they lost to Bruges last week, so yeah, they'll be pleased to get a result. And yeah, good result over Atletico, and they'll be keeping an eye on over the shoulder for Leverkusen and Bruges coming for them in the group, and might struggle to get through, who knows. Next up then, as you can see, Group C, in what was probably the game of the week, 2 absolute European giants. Bayern Munich taking on Barca, and it was a 2-0 win for Bayern. I did think they were going to win this game. I thought it might have been a bit tighter than it was. First half, Barca were quite good, really. They created quite a lot. That midfield looked pretty good. I know Frankie de Jong's not in there at the moment, but Gavi and Pedri looked strong in the first half. Lewandowski had a couple of chances, didn't quite take any of them. But yeah, Bayern came up stronger in the second half. They made a change, which I think kind of changed the game. I can't remember who it was, though. Let me just get that up. Yeah, it was Goretzka coming off as Spitzer. I think he just changed the game. Goretzka sort of raised the level, and they looked a lot stronger from there on in, Bayern. It was goals from Lucas Hernandez and that man again, Leroy Sané, who's been on fire so far this year. Yeah, absolutely brilliant performance again from Bayern. They look really strong. I think they're going to win that group quite comfortably. Barca should get through still, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Bayern look on fire at the moment, and another really good result for them. Moving on then to the last game on the Tuesday, we had Marseille taking on Frankfurt, a game that I thought might have gone Marseille's way, but again, I'm proved wrong in the Champions League. It's good to see. Lindstrom got the goal for Frankfurt, which is a big win for them, to be fair. Quite a few ex-Premier League players play for Marseille, I must say. I'm just going to list them off, because about 8 of them started in this game, or 7 or something like that. Tavares, of course, guy from Arsenal, playing at left back. Kolasinac played at centre half. Eric Bailly played at centre half. These are all ex-Premier League players. Dimitri Payet, of course, plays for Marseille. And Alexis Sanchez played in this game as well. So, yeah, quite a lot of ex-Premier League players playing in that Marseille team, but yeah, they weren't good enough to beat Frankfurt. How did Marseille get on in their first game? Let's have a look. They lost to Spurs, of course. So yeah, that's no points from 6 so far for Marseille, and they'll probably struggle to get out of that group now, you'd think. Frankfurt getting a good win there, sort of bouncing back from their opening day defeat, which was to Sporting, of course. Did they lose? It might have been a draw, actually. No, they did get beat. Got battered 3-0. So yeah, Sporting on fire in that group. And yeah, Frankfurt getting a decent result. They'll be looking to sort of build their way back up there, maybe get third, maybe sneak in that second spot. We'll see. Next up then, on the Wednesday, Milan took on Zagreb in a game that I thought Milan would be pretty comfortable in, and it shows here that they were. Just get the goal scorers up. Giroud scored a penalty in the first half. Salamakers got a goal. Orsic pulled one back for Zagreb, but it wasn't to be. Pobega got a goal for into AC Milan and give them a comfortable win, 3-1 win. Yeah, nothing really much to say. It's exactly how I thought it would go. They had a great deal more chances, as you expect they're going to. More of the ball. Strong win for AC. They'll be pleased with that. I look to build on it going into the next game. Because they drew, of course, in the opening week with Salzburg. Moving on then, next game, Group F. And I must apologise. In the preview, I said Shakhtar would be played at home. They weren't, of course, because of what's going on in Ukraine. This game was played in Poland, I believe, in Warsaw. So, yeah, Shakhtar playing their games at a neutral ground, which is interesting. Still was a great atmosphere though, a lot of Celtic fans there, and of course a lot of Shakhtar fans. Yeah, good game this by all accounts. Looking at the stats, Celtic probably should have got the win really, looking at the stats. They were all over them. I've seen the first half, I've seen quite a bit of it, and yeah, they look really strong, Celtic, in this game. And yeah, if they're going to get it through or third, they're going to have to play more like this, because they were brilliant in that first half, and they were really unfortunate to go behind. They did set the lead. What am I on about? They took the lead in the 10th minute through an own goal. It was from Bodarenko, but Hatate played a massive part in that own goal, and yeah, he looked really strong for Celtic. They did equalise Shakhtar through Mudryk. But Celtic, for me, were the better side in this game. They were probably disappointed they didn't get the win, to be fair. Ange Postecoglou, the manager, he was really sort of praising the side, should I say, after the game, and rightly so, because they did play really well in this one. But yeah, probably a good point there on the road for Celtic. They've got some home games coming up that are quite winnable in their group, and if they target them and get the wins, who knows, maybe they can get through into the knockout stages. But yeah, good result that for Celtic. Next up then, guys, in Group A, Rangers took on Napoli, and unfortunately the Ibrox atmosphere, which is absolutely amazing, I must say. I did see snippets of this game. Atmosphere was incredible. The respect they've shown to the passing of the Queen was absolutely outstanding, and I applaud Rangers for that, I really do. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get a result. Napoli sort of came into town and rolled them over a bit, if I'm honest. The keeper made 2 penalty saves. So he took the penalty, it was saved. They had to retake it for encroachment. He saved it again. But then afterwards, this was after a Rangers player, Sands it was, who got sent off. 2 yellows in a very short space of time. Stupid, really. But yeah, they got a penalty shortly after that, Napoli, and they did score this one, so it wasn't to be 3 saves. It's 3 penalty saves. And yeah, they were just too strong for all of them. A lot of the highlights I saw of this game was mainly Napoli. They created 25 shots on goal, which it's a lot to concede, really, shots-wise. And yeah, they were just too strong. Raspadori and Ndombele got goals. And yeah, Napoli just too strong on the night for Rangers. Unfortunate that they didn't get a result, but it looks like they're going to struggle to get through that group now, Rangers, doesn't it? Moving on then, and it was Graham Potter's first game as Chelsea manager at Stamford Bridge, and as we can see, didn't get a good result, didn't get off to a great start. Sterling got the opening goal for Chelsea in the second half, and it looked like it was going to be a good win on the opening day. They were dominant in the game, so Chelsea, don't get me wrong, 70% possession, created more chances, but I just can't take them. Bro's just got to start starting games for me. Aubameyang, I know he's not played for quite a bit and not regular anyway, but for me, he's just looks off the boil, off the pace. And that Broja, sat there on the bench, he'll be chomping at the bit to get a game, and I think he should do, to be fair. But yeah, Sterling gave them the lead, and it was Okafor who got the equaliser. Yeah, another really good young player for Salzburg, Noah Okafor. Good goal for him. Sesko played in this game, another really good youngster as well. He played quite well from what I saw. And yeah, another disappointing result for Chelsea. They just can't put the ball in the back of the net, and it's all going wrong, really. And yeah, they just need to sort of... I don't think they need to panic, because they did play quite well in this game. They just got to keep building. Give Potter time, let him build that team, let him get his way of style of playing, and yeah, you'll be fine. Don't worry. I think you'll get out your group, but it's another stumble for Chelsea at home to Salzburg in a game you should be winning really. Next up then, guys, in Group F, Real Madrid took on Leipzig, and to be fair, what I will say about this game, Leipzig in the first half looked really good. I seen Nkunku had a chance, and Timo Werner had an absolute golden chance to put Leipzig one up. Just wasn't to be. Real looked off it in the first half from what I saw. They did recover in the second half. They brought on Asensio and they started playing quite well then. Valverde got the opening goal, Vinicius Junior assist, and Asensio then got a second for Real Madrid. So a good result for them. It's a sign of a champion team, isn't it? When you play poorly and you win, and Real Madrid did that. They got the result. Leipzig will be devastated though to go there in the first half. Looked like a miles better team. Should have gone at least 1 or 2 up for me in the first half, and not to get anything. It's really disappointing. But yeah, a good result for Real, and they'll take that, won't they? Moving on then, guys, and the next game there, as you can see, Man City took on Borussia Dortmund. Erling Haaland and Ilkay Gundogan played against their old side, and it was Dortmund who took the lead, of course, for a Jude Bellingham header at the near post. I was at this game. And City looked off it, a bit similar to Real Madrid really, just looked off the boil. First half was so bad. That's probably one of the worst halves I've seen at City in quite a few years, and I've been supporting them since like 2001. So yeah, we looked really poor in that first half. And yeah, Dortmund looked really threatening. And yeah, they got the goal in the 56th minute through Jude Bellingham. Lovely little cute header at the near post. And yeah, it was looking like a bit of danger there for City, but up stepped John Stones. What a goal that was. You just ripped one out for absolutely nowhere. Edge of the box. Keeper arguably should have done better. But yeah, a lovely little strike from Stones, and he'll be over the moon in that one. And then, of course, in the 84th minute, it was that man again, Erling Haaland. He was there on hand. João Cancelo put a lovely ball in with the inside of the boot, and it was a brilliant little acrobatic, I don't know what you call it. It's not a volley, but it's like a poked acrobatic finish. It was, yeah, just an amazing bit of skill from Haaland to reach out the leg and get the goal. But yeah, similar to, like I said, to Madrid, guys, City weren't at it. They weren't the best. Not the best I've seen them play in quite a while. And yeah, they got the result, and that's all you need to do to get through these groups. You know, you can't be at your best every time, especially when you're playing a couple of games a week, stuff like that. But as long as you get them results, you're going to get out, you're going to qualify for the knockouts, and that's what both of these teams, I think, are going to do. Next up then, the other game in Group G, bit of a bore draw. It was Copenhagen taking on Seville. Copenhagen had quite a lot of chances. When I was at the City game, I seen the first half highlights on the big screen. Copenhagen looked good. Created a few chances. Looking at the stats there, Sevilla did have more of the ball. They're probably a bit of a better team, so you'd expect that. But yeah, looked like a pretty even game really. A bit of a drab game. That win for City does put them 5 points clear of both of them teams now. So yeah, they might struggle to qualify if they don't beat Dortmund, either of them teams. Can't really see it, to be fair. I fancy Sevilla to get something in the home game there, and they'll probably go through third. But yeah, I don't see them getting anything from Dortmund. So yeah, I think it'll be City and Dortmund will go through in that group. But yeah, poor game. And yeah, good game for City though. Good result and a 0-0 draw. Next one then, guys, we had Juve taking on Benfica, and what has gone on here then? As we can see here, Juve got beat home to Benfica, and not a result I saw coming at all. Vlahovic started in this game. Who else did they have out? Did they have anyone massively out? Let me see the missing players. Looking there, they have got quite a few out, to be fair. I will say Szczesny's out, of course. Locatelli's still out. The thigh injury. Pogba, of course, out. Chiesa, Sandro. So they did have quite a fair few out at Juve. But you'd think they'd get a result at home against Benfica. Just wasn't to be. Milik got a goal early on for Juve, and yeah, it was just Benfica then from there on. João Mario scored a penalty, and David Neres got the winner. Yeah, big shock result that for me. I didn't see Benfica getting anything at Juventus. So yeah, that puts them in a bit of trouble, doesn't it? Because they lost the first game, Juve, in the group. Let me just see who that was to. That was to PSG, of course, and sort of the group of death. But Benfica, maybe they will get out of it, you know. PSG, Juve, Benfica. Who's the other side? Oh, Maccabi Haifa, of course. And yeah, maybe they could get out of it. Benfica. Maybe you didn't want to see it with PSG and Benfica, Juve being in the group, but while they've got their players out, Juve, Benfica could sneak into that second spot and they might make it their own. So really good win that for Benfica, and they'll look to sort of sneak in the back door for that second spot. Last game of the week then, guys, Group H saw Maccabi Haifa take on PSG in a game that you'd expect PSG to absolutely run away with. And they didn't, to be fair. First half, Maccabi Haifa actually took the lead through, what's his first name? I can't remember it. Jaron Cherry, a striker. It was a lovely little goal. I think it's a good little volleyed finish into the bottom corner. And yeah, massive shockwaves went across the footballing world when Maccabi Haifa took the lead against PSG. But then they turned it on Paris. Messi looked brilliant throughout. He set up, he scored the first one himself, should I say, with a lovely little finish. And then he set up Mbappe with an absolutely lovely through ball and a lovely goal from Mbappe. It looked Thierry Henry-esque. I know he gets compared to him a lot, but it was a Thierry Henry-esque goal. Neymar completed the scoring, a lovely goal from him. Yeah, it's a dominant game, and they should have probably been more comfortable, PSG, but they got the win, and that's all you need on the road. So yeah, another really good result for them. Just going to get the groups up, guys. Let's see how they look after 2 games. If they'll load. Right then, guys, here we go. We'll have a look at the groups. So Group A, as you can see, Napoli top that group, Liverpool in second and Ajax in third on 3 points. Napoli top that group. Group B then, we've got Club Brugge, which I didn't see come in after 2 games, top on 6 points. Leverkusen and Atletico both on 3. Porto bottom of that group. Group C, we've got Bayern top of the group, Barca and Inter battling out for that second spot on 3 points. Pilsen, of course, bottom. Group D then, guys, we've got Sporting Lisbon top after 2 games, both on 6 points. Really good left for them, that. I didn't see them being there after 2 games, definitely. But yeah, really good for them, that. Spurs and Frankfurt second and third. Marseille bottom of the group, winless after 2. Group E then, guys, we've got Milan on 4 points, Zagreb on 3, Salzburg on the 2 points, and Chelsea on the 1. Chelsea bottom of the group after 2 games, not good that. Group F then, guys, Real Madrid, 2 wins from 2, 6 points. Shakhtar Donetsk on the 4, we've got Celtic on 1 point and Leipzig bottom of the group. Group G then, City are top of the group, 2 wins from 2 on 6. We've got Dortmund on 3 points after 2 games, obviously the defeat to City, and Copenhagen and Sevilla joint bottom on 1 point. The final group then, we've got PSG top of their group. I think that's on goal difference or something like that. Yeah, it is. On goals against, or might be, it's 4 actually. Goals 4. Benfica second, Juve and Maccabi Haifa joint bottom of the group on no points. So yeah, that's how everything looks, guys, after match day 2 of the Champions League. Right, there we are then, guys. That's everything for match day 2. That's all for today's video. Let me know, guys, how did your side get on in match day 2? Did you play well, or did they not play so well? As always, guys, if you have enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.